Hey guys, I am going to show you how to make a fortune teller today. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing these blue sunglasses, it's because I got them for my vacation that I was supposed to be going on next week to Phoenix, and now obviously we can't go, so I'm getting my use out of my super cool blue sunglasses. Before I start the video, I just wanted to share with all the kids that know that I have those Scenty Swipies, we call them, or whatever you want to call them, that I got new cereal ones. So when you guys come back to school, be looking forward to these breakfast pack Scenties that I will put on everybody's wrist. I was super excited because I've always wanted the breakfast one, so it was exciting to find these. So all the kids will understand what these are and how fun they are. So if you want to know how to make a fortune teller, look at the video ahead. I know that sometimes it can be a little bit hard to fold, so if you need some help, ask somebody at home, because fortune tellers can be a little bit tricky or confusing, but once you get the hang of it, then you'll want to make more and more. So your fortune teller can either be like a yes or a no one, so you can ask it a question, kind of like an 8-ball, and then get your answer, like yes, no, maybe, or ask again. Or you can make it into like an activity. So for mine, I'm going to do like a workout one. So I'm going to do a workout themed fortune teller. So it'll go through and do all the counting and all the words and spelling out and stuff that you normally do with the fortune teller. And then on the inside, it'll tell you to do something for a workout. So you can do that pretty much with anything. So I'm excited to see what you guys come up with for your fortune tellers. If you're starting with a rectangle piece of paper, you're going to have to take the right top corner and bring it down so it makes a giant triangle that lines up at the bottom of the paper. So the paper does not go above or over or under, it lines up exactly at the bottom. You crease it, and then all that extra on the side gets cut off. This will create a perfect square. So you don't need this piece of paper anymore, so get rid of it. Now you're going to open it, and it should be a square with a line through it. Now you need to create a line going the other direction so that when you open it again, it will make a cross or an X. Now that you have a middle point, you're going to want to take the tops of all those triangles and reach them all the way to the middle and crease each one. So each point is going to touch the center of the paper. This is important to make sure that they line up pretty good, because if you don't have them lined up or if they're overlapping or uneven, it will be hard to open your fortune. Now you should have a smaller square. You're going to flip that over, and now there's another center, and you're going to do the same exact thing you just did, but smaller. This part might be a little bit harder to fold just because there's extra paper that you need to fold through. Once again, make sure that these are lined up nicely, otherwise it'll be hard to fold the fortune open. Right, now you have an even smaller square. Each side looks a little bit different, so I'm going to close that up that way, that I had it facing to me already, and then you are going to kind of crease everything down. I make sure that everything is nice and creased and movable, that it's easier to pop it open, because the paper is used to being flat, and now we need it to bend. So I just go ahead and I start creasing all those little spots. But you want to make sure that you end up with this rectangle, and it's going to have little finger pockets on the inside, and that is where you put your fingers in, you pinch them, and then you pop it open with your fingers, and it can move back and forth. Now we need to do a little dot on each one. This reminds me that when I open it up, what side I need to draw on. You can draw on it as a fortune already popped up. I like to draw on it when it's flat. So I'm going to unfold everything. And now you can see where all my fold lines are, so I don't need to worry about that later. And now I'm going to look for those black dots I made. Right there is one, so this is the side that I need to draw on. I'm going to outline the first section in black so that you guys know where you need to draw, because it is a little bit confusing with all these lines. The first one will be at the top there, and all of the rest of them after that are the exact same shape
and position just on the other sides of the paper. So it's pretty much all four corners. Now this is where you get to pick what the top or the start of your fortune is going to look like. So some people put colors here, they put numbers. I'm making this into a workout one, so I'm just going to put different names of workouts, so like squat, run, jump, and maybe lunge. Now that you have all four corners done, you're going to go ahead and do the first inside part. So not the way inside, but the next part that you open up when you do the fortune. This is normally colors or numbers again. I'm going to outline them just so you guys know what I'm talking about. So it's the two triangles next to the ones that you just did. So this should make a giant square or diamond once you outlined it, if that helps you and you want to see it visually. And make sure that they're facing the opposite way that you wrote the corners. So like run is facing away from me, I'm going to do the numbers facing towards me. As I do each number, I'm just going to make sure that it rotates so that I don't make a mistake and do the number facing the wrong way. I'm just going to do 1 through 8, nothing hard. You can switch it up and do other things like animals or different words. It does not have to be numbers. Now that you have your numbers in there, you're going to go ahead and do the very last part, which is the fortune itself. So I'm going to go ahead and outline which sections that you need. You pretty much outline the rest of it except for a few lines that go across. So if you want to follow exactly what I'm doing, it might help you. So pretty much like a snowflake shape inside that square or diamond. And you want these to be facing away from each other, the ones that are touching. So for example, I'm going to write facing towards me on this one. And after I get done writing this one, I'm actually going to flip it and write towards the opposite way. This will make more sense in a second. Alright, so now I'm going to flip it, and now I'm going to write another fortune. So you can see how these fit side by side here, but they're going the opposite way from each other. So you're going to see me do that in each of those sections until I'm done. Now that you have the fortune all done, you're going to fold it back up. So you're actually going to have it, and I kind of folded it back and forth a few times just to get the creases in there. But you're going to fold it so that your drawings are down. Fold that first part in so you should see everything. Then when you flip it around, you'll be able to see the numbers. And then when you fold it into that rectangle, you should be able to see that first design or words or numbers that you did. Now you can open it up into your fortune.